Okay, Totem. Another potato. You know, potato, I didn't know. Hello, 11. I didn't notice it yesterday, but on that cover art for the Sannyo Kirby game, I didn't realize how big her titties were on that cover art. We already know what we're here for. We're here for Sannyo. My goat. Hello, Light General. Is that an issue? No, I'm just, I was just surprised, because, like, I see the nature of what type of game that is. I'm like, oh, you know, it's just a cute Sannyo Kirby game, and I just kind of was like, oh, it's just, I wasn't expecting those big boobs there, of all places. I wasn't expecting the slug to be there. Bottom hugging, absolutely. Eat. Okay, warm up. Panic. I had a line to the left, but I betrayed it. Yeah, even in something like this, there's a lot more nuance than meets the eye. Ooh. Through my headphones volume. Right by Sannyo, there's some sort of door in the background. Does that lead? That's to the cave. The Rainbow Dragon Cave, to be specific. And yes, this is clearly a cave conspiracy. You wanna know? That's the Epstein Sannyo sex dungeon. You don't want to know what goes on in there. Didn't force the issue. Yeah, you know what happens in that cave? I get fucked in the ass. Coincidence? Hello, Koichi. Didn't have to get on there. Dude, speaking of that, 11, did you hear that back like 20 years ago, Sonic, the food company, used to pay their employees with their own Sonic dollars? Like, they had their own money for it. But then they just kept printing more to pay out their employees to like, make it seem like more. If you want to look at this story, you should just Google Sonic inflation. Dude, yeah, I hate to break it to you, Koichi, but that didn't really scare me. E! What? Don't you want to learn more about the Sonic inflation scandal? Did you guys see that in the, what the fuck did you Google? What is that? Clown. You guys know that when Kaneko took over at the top of Mariah Shrine on top of the Yokai Mountain, she imposed a bunch of rules on the mountain. Some of them are really crazy. If you want to know more, you should look up Kaneko Rule 34. That one's wild. I hate Nandu. Yeah. Hey, I'm not fat. In fact, I probably feel too skinny. I'm throwing. I gotta get back in my. I gotta get back in my groove. No, it's a problem. Don't you want to learn about the crazy rules that she's enacting on the mountain? What am I doing? Game Butcher, do you think that out of any like Touhou character, Sannyo is like top 5 most likely to have a sex dungeon? Say that again? I said, of all Touhou characters, Sannyo is in like the top 5 most likely to have a sex dungeon. What part of that didn't come through? Sex training camp dungeon, 100%. What else do you think she's using that smoke for? Fight ring or something, but probably not sex dungeon. I don't know. Well, I'm also not saying she does. I'm just saying of all Touhou characters that are most likely to have one, I feel like she's probably top 5, right? Does Sannyo guard the Rainbow Dragon Cave, or does she just, like, happen to be here? Because if she guards the Rainbow Dragon Cave, is she at all actually familiar with Misumaru? Oop, I moved too much to the left. Then we'll probably have some crazy shit hidden. I feel like I'd expect that out of the Divine Spirit Mausoleum more. To be fair, when I think the top two characters most likely have a questionable dungeon, the two that come to mind are Sega and Sannyo. Ooh. Anyone on the moon? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if anyone on the moon has something like that, but like, if people like that's like Lord Tsukiyomi or whatever his name is, right? And we don't see him, so it's like Moon Racin's not the one doing that, right? Erin might have done that before, but she's not doing that right now, at least not on the moon. Same with Kaguya. Kaguya less likely to have done that. I don't think Yorihime and Toihime are the people. I think there are Lunarians that would do that, but I don't think that's modern. Oof. Entertain me? Furry porn. Is that good enough, Flores? Game Glitcher, at what point am I, like, legally obligated to ban 11? You're entertained, I knew it. Didn't do anything. Go 30? I feel like it was like 2 years ago. Almost. But he didn't post a link to something that was explicit. I said that specifically. I looked at the link and it wasn't... The link directly wasn't explicit. That was the thing. Deep bad incoming. So that's just called timeout. So when I become world famous, then I'll ban 11. Yeah, yes, the one. I mean, 11 makes good conversation. I'll say that. Sometimes a little too good. Going just to Tori's basement. What does her basement look like? Ooh, you know, in terms of the Sex Dungeon characters, I said Sega and Sannyo are like in the top 5. Yachi as well. Yachi absolutely top 5. Dark and small, got it. If the Outhouse of Earth Spirits would have a basement. I mean, it itself is kind of a basement if you really think about it. That was weird. He must have one as well. Yugi? I feel like Suika is way more likely to have one than Yuki personally. Oh, near way more likely to have it in the open than the dungeon. True. Hey, 11, did you ever beat the Lunatic Survival Mode? Renosuke was your #1 thought. Renosuke doesn't think about sex. He's got girls like Yukari running after him. He doesn't care about sex. He just wants to build his galleys. Play Touhou and Lunatic. I'm talking about Lunatic Survival Mode. TW. Do Oku and Orin have regular beds or pet beds? Probably both. You're not playing. Yeah, dude, you're missing out on peak. You're missing out on peak writing, I tell you. Like, if you want something that's not a cave, boom. There you go. Just go through that. And you're talking about all your cave problems. Updates with like 2 beds. I don't remember there being potentially like an Oku room or anything in Puppet Dance. I remember Koishi's bed where she molests you, and there's what Satori's as well, right? There's flash him, and you just ask her to buy something and leave. Exactly. That's him getting it. Also, like General, when did Puppet Dance become the source for canon with beds? I can lock in. So I got back from work, I showered, and then I had 5 minutes before I streamed. So it was a late work day. Okay, one too much. You got rid of that randomizer. Yeah, but that'll be next week then. Since I'm streaming. I'll stream Labby tomorrow. I'll stream it Thursday. But then I won't stream until next Tuesday because I'll be gone. I very likely won't be streaming Sunday, so I'll be gone Friday through Sunday. Dude, I've literally mentioned this like 3 times already. Yeah, I'll be gone for 3 days. It's 3 days. Okay, I've done it before. Tired. Yeah, this room is gonna be washed. I have not been on vacation since I got my Mountain of Faith LNN though. So it's about time I take a trip. Girl! What is this? But realistically, because Labby's probably only going to be a couple streams at most. FMW is also probably only going to be a few more. Oh, moving on to multiple new things soon. Haven't done that in a while. I didn't doubt. Like, I keep... Okay, this is just disgusting. Okay, she moved up a bit. Probably a bit for me. Like, every time I'm like, I should start playing rationally on spell 1, it goes wrongly, and when I'm like, fuck it, let's just do the stupid strat, and it works, and I hate it. Holy high up? Stupid if it works. There's some truth to it, but there's also some falsehoods to it, too. That one didn't work. I couldn't get the baby move. Why can't this fight just be nice? Why can't it just work? It's like it wants to get so close to working. Neat. Nice. Like, the more I use my brain, the worse it goes. On that. Okay, that was wholly unpleasant. Thank you, good luck. Why is it working? Oh, that attack is awkward sometimes. Okay. It's getting up. It's going up. I just got panic move around a bunch. That also tends to work. What was that not? I just realized I don't have my keyboard on screen. Cheated practice confirmed. Point where it's too stupid. Some of this depends on how on the ball I am with my baby tap. Oop. So much for you saying everything was going up. Now it's going down. It's all Sannyo over. Oh! That dude is so tragic. The low game plan with not much movement works well on Nod 1 if she doesn't move much. She starts really going away from you, though, that's when it really does become problematic. What tragic spell. Nice. Run it again. I should have gone up early. Back to 0. but causes me pain. Oh, no! Oh, I should have just played on the outside. Damn it. Okay, that was revolting. I'm too out of it. Caffeine, but I don't have any. I died literally as I killed her. Oh, wow. Oh. I was in it, now I'm out. Fall into all the level 0 plays. I'm falling to all the level 0 plays right now. There we go. This spell is so sketchy sometimes. How are you not dead? There we go. Now they come back, surely. You why? Holy shit, world's easiest non-3? Two in a row. What? Dude, that was so long! I way old hoping existed. I was like, for sure she's gonna die by then. Now right back to nothing. Shot edge me too. I mean, he sort of did in 20. But unfortunately not here. Oop, that's way too panicky. Oh, yeah. Catfish, that's true. Son of a beach! Or I get to potentially enjoy smacking a catfish, depending on if it is enjoyable or not. You forgot which most of the animations yourself. SMH. I had it and I tapped twice. Yeah, that's the awkward angle you want to avoid. But I'm going too much in spurts. My brain can't keep up today, though. When my adrenaline's pumping, I'm like actually doing well, but at the moment it's not. There's no brain power. In a situation where she goes up, which is not all the time, of course. But you generally, if she goes up, you will basically always have the bottom of the strat, I feel. But of course, that requires a specific set of movements. If she doesn't go up, then I still think there's a lot of good relation to it, but I think there is other shit to play around. That's a spell that just works, despite the fact that it looks like you should die at 20 opportunities. No! I moved too fast! Why does Non-3 look like the easiest one? Because of her 4 nons, even including the mid-non, it is easily the easiest. Like, I would say it is definitely a notch even easier than that non 1. Four nons. Well, she has 3 normal nons and a mid non, right? The mid boss as well. The main boss here only has 3. But like, I'm also including her mid non because it's structured very similarly to the others. Thus comparing it with that one as well, which is also harder than her non 3. But, like, this attack is garbage. She was very fortunate there that she went up, and if she goes up, she makes it really not that garbage. Let's see, there it goes. It's not that this can't do anything. There are definitely some weird lines on this, but like, I had to do that up movement there, but like, when that's all I'm saying on that attack, compared to the others, it's just like, not that Sannyo's second half can't kill, but her front half is so much worse than the second half. Especially if she decides to move right on the final. 1. Thank you, Sannyo. Very cool. The melee nuns. Hey, Meiling's not the hardest mid-boss, but don't count her out. Kick you in the teeth. She's been giving me really good right movement so far in practice today. I don't like that. She's setting up to give me a bunch of lefts and runs. Also, that's 2 in a row. Panic! Wow. Oh, what some movement. Ooh, I'm really happy with that one. Golden Bob. Yeah, but that one, like, that one makes sense. Sorry, you fucking... 54 golds. Hello, Fammy. Nice 54 golds. Yeah, but 54 USD being more unreasonable than Moth makes sense, because USD is kind of unreasonable, right? Why did I move like that? That was way too aggressive. I'm too streak heavy. I'm too streak, like, I'll get the streak going a little good, and then the moment I'm off of it, the adrenaline's gone, and it's just my brain is not all the way there today. Well, to be fair, I shouldn't complain too much about dying to non-2 because it's non-2. Like, when that happens, it's just... Like, you can do it, but, like... Sometimes Sannyo's gonna hate you on non-2, and you just have to deal with it. You're just gonna have to accept this and move on. That was a billion% on me. 1 trillion%. Yeah, that was also on me. Take a water break at some point. But I can't. The fight's too addicting. Why did I think that that was a good idea? Picking up on the art, though, slowly but surely, of finding the nuance on spell 1 of bottom hug with an asterisk. And I'm starting to see it a lot better. Non 1, I'm still a little hesitant. Why did I decide to go all the way over here? And then I walked into the bullet. I'm cooked. Oh, get to this. The later half of this spell gets so cooked. I wonder if there's any merit to Bending Wing 1. Technically, there probably is slight merit, but... Neat. Okay, let me do some like debrief. And then I'm gonna go take a small break. Water break. And then I'll do some dying to cat. This isn't Sannyo. I know. I'm breaking them over for about like 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. Forgive me. It's the brain juice just isn't flowing. There are a lot of attacks where you don't have to be at your 100% to rip through them. This is not one of those. As long as you're falling to your line, you can still do it at partial brain capacity and still be decent at it. Gotta... Otherwise, you just walk right into the ball that was already behind you! That was sexy. It's Good Omen. Good Omen's a good attack. Come at me. I'll fight people on that. I like Good Omen. You died to Good Omen? You should have tried not dying. Like, Good Omen isn't even as impossible as Non-2 is. It's unbelievable. Dude. Neat. Okay, I'm gonna go take a brief pee break, and then we'll go get bullied by the cat. Be back in a minute. I'm back. Don't piss Fonzo me. God forbid I go to the bathroom. Oops, I didn't close something. Okay, cat. Do the cat for like 5 minutes, and then we'll do more Sannyo, because can't stop the Sannyo train. Miss me tomorrow already. That's kind of the whole goal. Although really the objective is trying to consistent size getting no misses or even a 1 miss up to spam. Yellow spam on stage 4. That's like Tumi Samaro is obviously the goal I want to get, but like doing it more for stage 4 spam, because that's really where the barricade in this game lies. Is that through Misamaru? Here's the thing, I already know what's gonna happen, dude. I'm gonna get a run at some point. It's gonna be like, no miss up to Misumaru. It's gonna be hype. I'm gonna, like, die twice to her and then, like, 3 times to Megumu. And then people will just be like, oh, let's throw Fonzo at it again. Okay, one more, cat. Don't do it to me here. I hate the cat. You look at those last few waves, perfectly aligned to catch you trying to escape from that trap. Unbelievable. Cat of pain. Throw Fonzo in action, you're right. That should have been free. Say one more wave and I go to the right and she moves to the left. It's like, well, then there's another wave. Right at the last second. Literally, I get around that and then I win. God never left us. It was here in spirit with us. Okay, Cat, I'm once again asking you to just not do what you just did, please. You don't have to go low, you can go up. Eek! It's fine. No problems here, Cat. Spell cards, how silly. Okay, stage 2 is well known for being completely free. There's never any problems. We never throw, nothing bad ever happens. Keeping a blank card, you're right. Up edging the Draconic. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Surely we never throw to the nuns. I almost threw to the non. Nice. Okay, guys, take the bet. What's it gonna be? Spell one, if only. That's an ambitious guess. I appreciate the optimism. But we're only still getting better at stage 3, so... Yeesh. Don't worry, we clutch up. I've done it before. Thank you, every homing bullet, for going after that spirit. Oh, that was so weird. Let's swap as you practice. So I died, so my rank reset, right? Like, my rank went down, so the game's actually easier right now. The game has a rank system, right? Every game. The good news about dying before the mid-boss is you can, if you do the mid-boss, you can get here and be like, oh, it's like I never died at all. Fucking A, bro. Like, what do we do? It's fucking... Sage is too stupid. Wow, what a dog shit line. That one wouldn't even mattered if I had max power or not. Your stage 3 be here or stage 6? Oh, I'd rather be here. I'd rather stage 2 as stage 6 if I could. I'm resetting. Play the run out. We just saw what happened when I play a run out. We literally just saw that. I wiped. Like, 3.0 power is bad enough, but it's still definitely manageable. But 2.0 power there is just... Like, the first death was fine. As long as I capped the mid-nom. Because if I cap the mid-nom, then... I get my power back before I need my power for anything. So it's effectively like the death is meaningless. And the second death is theoretically fine if I just perfect Sannyo, but that's the whole issue, so. Get yourself a game with free early game to give you hope, and Gamble Core endgame with simple shot tips and no overarching gimmick that's not USD. I have bad news for you. It's called USD. You could play Mystic Square. Hint Star. Yeah, Hint Star's not too bad, because you can just ignore its gimmick. But you can play Mystic Square. I mean, Yumiko is just roll the dice on her fucking knives and pray it works. Because her 2 knife attacks are just complete ass. We're still getting into the new strats anyway. They're getting better, but it's a slow process. Maybe the strat in this game is to die a bunch early game, so you lower your rank. And have the rank low for like stage 3, 4, right? Again. There's a thing in, like, USD that like would build up over time. It would like cause the attacks to like get faster, I believe. But if you ever like die or bomb, it lowers your internal rank, making things like slightly easier then. Behind Festival. Dude, Chicken Butt, you can say that about, like, literally any fucking Touhou game. You can insert Touhou game and be like, dude, that has insert part. Ugh. Not Subterranean. Have you fucking ever seen Yamame? He's the only free game. Have you ever seen the fucking Stage 4 and Stage 5? How about UNR is literally impossible. UNR is literally impossible. Sub-Sun is bullshit. And Petaflare is a fun attack, but it's a hard attack. She's not SA. What about Kasume? Kasume is impossible. UNR is impossible, means your LNN's cheated? Yeah, you got me. Yeah, give me my attacks that don't fuck with me. Let me just dodge the attack normally. I don't want my janky hydro camouflage. I don't want my Sub-Sun sucking me off. I don't want Seiya flipping my screen. I don't want lasers. I don't want stars. I just want every attack to be Divine Virtue's Wind God. 2, 1, 0. I want every attack to be Divine Virtue's the Wind God, or Sakuya non-3. Here's the thing, just throw your... Here's the thing, if you want to have Sub-Sun, if you want to have Seiya flip your screen, just throw it in stage 1 so I can get it out of the way. like if Seiya flipped my screen but she was on stage 1, dude, that game gets like 3 times better. It's unbelievable. Red Sub-Sun hard. It's your 3rd hardest attack in my opinion. In my opinion. I know most people will probably put, whatchamacallit, the other one, the attack that's right before it, above it, but... I'm just more impressed by the fact that I didn't die to it on pace. I thought I was convinced that I was gonna die to that spell on fucking pace because I don't like that spell. Like, Oku's gimmicks with the suns are fine as a whole. It's just, I don't like getting sucked off. Like, if her gimmick was just the suns existing, fine. Like, the attack kind of, like, fucking with your movement. It's what I say. It's when the attacks take something that is, like, that you, like, effectively take for granted in Touhou, and they just, like, what if we fucked it? And then he makes a gimmick like Yoshika, where she heals herself, except it's broken and the attack is literally unkillable unless you fucking perfectly play on it.
I'm tired. I stayed up too late last night. I shouldn't have grinded out those achievements in Labby.
Okay, welcome back to Stage 3, everybody. I like the fact that Touhou games have things like cards, they have things like borders, they have things like the UFO, well, sort of, maybe I should say the UFOs, the Wily Beast tokens. But, generally speaking, I am more fond of, like, of things like this existing casually, but, like, if I'm playing like this, where I got nothing rocking. Like, I've said before, I think UM did cards really well. I like how 18.5 did cards. I think 19 does cards fucking terribly. I'm glad he removed cards after 19 because of it. But I think 18 does cards very, very well. I really like this game as a whole. Now, I'm not doing cards in my run, but, like, that doesn't change the fact that I don't like them. Or that I do like them. You hope they make your Yume playable. And for 21, I hope they make the only playable character Reimu, and the end of the game is you kill Marissa because she turns into a yokai. Gosh, that'd be so based. Imagine that, that'd be sick. Marissa's the stage 6 boss, you have to kill her. I don't like the color of the pink bullets. Throw me off. Prayers 2. Yo, give me highly responded to Prayers 2. Actually, like running UFOs but not Wily Beast tokens. Can we mods, can we get on this guy? Hold up. No, Chicken Butt's the kind of guy they say that behind Festival is harder than Okina Spring and Summer Final. Die, please? Thank you. I hate this. Why would you walk away from me? Ah, you fucking bastard! I hate this fucking skank. That one's on me, though. And she's low? Oh, this is my favorite. Oh, it's so good sometimes. Girl, fuck off!
Oh, I mean, like, what is she doing sometimes, dude? Like, what is the fuck? How low does she want to go? Like, good grief, bro. What the fuck is this, Sannyo? Look how low she is! Like, Sannyo, like, oftentimes I'll complain if Sannyo goes down, like, slightly. But, like, that's a whole, like, that's not a slight move down. That's just her deciding, go fuck yourself. You're really high? Oh. Dude, chicken butt be the guy who asks for a recommendation for a game that's literally USD and not USD, and then he gets a recommendation, and he's like, I don't know. Maybe I should go back to playing more Moth and then complaining that's impossible. Listen, Okina outside of Snowman is peak. Also, because she has a banger theme, too. But a lot of Stage 6 bosses do. The guitar in Okina's theme really... Like, Okina's theme is one of those few themes that like, I'd heard before. I've always preferred Secret God Matara, by the way, which is her extra theme. But her, like, her normal Lunatic theme for Stage 6 boss... I don't know why I say Lunatic theme. Her Stage 6 boss theme... like, I'd heard it before, I was like, this is mediocre. But, like, once I played it in-game, I was like, damn, this really pops off here. LNN 16 left just insulting constantly. Listen, this is the rule about Touhou. Every Touhou game is peak except the game I'm currently playing. This game is dog, bro. But the moment I get past this game, this is going to be the greatest game of all time. Guys, for gamer editions, we have 20 other things going on, so you never play that. Yeah, that for Kaguya. I'll say this. I want to say this because I've felt like 90% of Touhou people I've talked to will always say the opposite of this. I love History of the Moon, okay? History of the Moon is a certified banger, absolutely. But I have always said that I think Flight of the Bamboo Cutter is better. I think Flight of the Bamboo Cutter is one of the top tier themes. I think it's better than History of the Moon. And I feel like 90% of Touhou people I've seen are always like, oh, History of the Moon's better than Flight of the Bamboo Cutter. No, I love both of those themes. I think they're both phenomenal. What are we doing here, Mickey? Is theme objectively better? Yes. Any taste in Touhou music is very obviously objective. We should make sure we note these. Because more people say they like Aaron's theme more. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have definitely heard... I feel like 90% of people I've seen say they like History of the Moon more than Flight of the Bamboo Cutter. And I've always said, like, I think it's good, but, like, I think Play the Bamboo Cutter is better, personally. Now, I will say this. I think when it comes down to Touhou remixes, Touhou, like, mixes and stuff, I think History of the Moon gets remixed way better than Flight of the Bamboo Cutter on average. Steven's top 5 mods. Send this guy the testicular torsion chamber. That's testicles torsioned. I don't know why, since like 3 p.m. I've had just this like mild headache going on. I've been bothersome. Holy shit, it's already 6:50? Damn. Time flies when you're getting bullied by Sannyo. I almost walked right to that fucking bullet. Now, I just complimented Kaguya over Aaron, but I'll go back to complimenting Aaron. I also think that Horai Elixir is way fucking cooler than Kaguya's 5 imposter requests. I think the game lagging at the end because it's spawning in too many bullets, so the last 5 seconds, or the last like 10 seconds are delayed, is sick. Speed, yeah. It just, like, the time just slows. There's too many bullets on screen. Oops. There's too many bullets. See, we need more cinematic endings in Touhou. Zune used to do them a lot, and then he's kind of like slowed down on doing them. Okay, Touhou 1, you got Serial, who's got her extra phase. You beat the boss, guess what? Boom, extra phase. Touhou 2, you beat... Oh, here's the final Mima attack, boom, guess what? You got an additional secret Mima attack. Pod doesn't have anything like that. Yuka doesn't have anything like that. Shinky's is interesting just because what it does to the background. Remy doesn't do anything, but boom, you got Resurrection Butterfly. Boom, you got the either the 5 imposter requests or Horai Elixir. And then it's slowed down a lot. You get like in Modern, we've gotten a little bit. This game has some dialogue before the final, which is something. 17 has a trigger before the final, too. That's something. Better last sequence, Horai Elixir at the end of Perishable Night. I literally just said I like Horai Elixir more than the end of his Perishable Night attacks. 16 is something for the final. True, 16 where Okina sucks you off, and then get that back to Alan. It's my stream. I make the rules. Mods, what did I tell you? I told you, send him to the testicle torsion chamber immediately. Why are you like this? The Sannyo grinder? No, I'm gonna die the cat like 2 more times and then move on to FMW. Ah! Ever Rainbow bitched out. Yeah, she was possessed at the time. And also, didn't the spirits bail out so they could go somewhere else where they could bring in more spirits as backup? I will say, in terms of like cinematic final, Keiki's got it like or cinematic fight. Keiki's got it, have it unlocked, generally speaking. Just because like the transition of running away into like the beginning of the theme playing is really hype. Like, obviously as an LNNer, you don't care as much about that, but like casually, that shit goes hard. At the time. Is that okay? Does that like change the idea? Yeah. But like if you've done an LNN, like the excitement of like seeing the cinematic scene for the first time, you know, it's not that excitement's like not there. Right, casually when you stumble upon it for the first time and it happens, it's like, oh shit. Hardest static spell ever? I think 2 of the hardest static spells ever in contention, at least, are Yuka Final from Lotus Land or Kaimada Semifinal are 2 candidates. GC's hardest static spell ever. Holy shit, I beat the cat. I believe that. I'm not that experienced with 17 since I think 17 is the game I have played the least. Although I will say from looking at Yuka Finals, definitely up there in terms of. Now the good news about Yuka Finals, it's very quick, but it is gross. It's gross if you can't get the hitboxes to behave properly, and you end up having to go. You end up having to do, like, 2 waves. Oh, yeah. She's edged. Yeah, whatever happens to this run, this was, it's late enough. We're moving on after this.
Wait, chicken butt. You wanted a game that is a free early game and Gamble Core later game. That's not USD. Just play Lotus. I said Mystic Square. Just play Lotus Land. That game is like the easiest Touhou game outside of like 4 sections that are just gambling. Why is she dummy thick in this emote? Like that's just Lotus Land's identity. Free until it's gamble. Hey, potato.
Like, I think it was Fami himself that said that, like, Lotus Land is almost more USD-like than USD in this regard. Like, how gambling it is.
Do you like let me get like shoot at you?
What's that different than normally you do it in your sleep? Maybe you should be doing these LNNs then. Maybe you're the new GOAT game glitcher and you gotta get on the grind. Whoa, you're talking to a player. You're talking to someone who played Clown Piece on normal. You better watch your tongue. They know things you don't. Back.
Correct, stage 3. Ho, guys, what's gonna happen? Hang on!
You know what? Give me the Jive, though. Game has at least one really hard RNG attack. You believe Sept Wily Beast. And Fossilized Wonders. I don't think that game really has much that's really hard RNG. Alright, LNN Valid, yeah. Call me in. Send the cops after me. What are they gonna do? Castrate me? That one counts as an RNG attack, yes. Most definitely. Ayo, pow! Come on! Damn, I've been doing good. I was doing good with this attack today, too. Like it's ever impossible. I think that's true about most. There are most attacks I will sit there and I think generally it's there's basically like no attacks in Touhou that are like ever truly impossible. There's a lot of situations that are practically impossible, but to find true impossibility is not feasible. Like that Sannyo non-2 from earlier. If that is technically possible, but like realistically, that is not not a feasible thing that 99.99999% of people will ever be able to do in the moment. Fuck you. And then I can't. Just by 100 fairy-sized dolls or 10 doll-sized fairies. I'd rather blow up the moon. Right, large block of cheese or beef? I feel like cheese is easier to beat than beef, so... Okay, guys, hold on. Now I'm reminded of something. I need to ask you guys a question. Okay, because I had a friend that was going on with this rant before. It was the dumbest thing. Would you rather fight a goblin-sized spider or spider-sized goblin? Species of spider, what age? A sexy one like Yamame. I hate you. Spider-sized goblin? Bro, you don't know how... I had one friend who's trying to argue that spider-sized goblin was the worst pick. No, you gotta pick the spider-sized goblin. Like, the spider-sized goblin is terrible. You don't want to pick that. It's a goblin. Me and all of my other friends were like, dude, the spider-sized goblin is easily the best pick. But he was like, no. What are you talking about? You have to fight. Yes, you have to fight either a spider-sized goblin or a goblin-sized spider. Spider-sized goblin's like 99% chance to be like 0.3 centimeters. Yeah, but he was like, dude, but like, it might have like a sword. It might have like a sword and shit. How are you gonna beat it? It's like, dude, it's a fucking spider. It's the size of a spider, but it might actually have a sword. Like if it has a sword and shield, like, are you cooked? That thing's cursed, 11. Listen, I was saying that you want to fight the goblin-sized, the spider-sized goblin, excuse me. You want to fight the spider-sized goblin over the other way around, but, like, I'm just saying some people. They also have a sword, true. I have a tiny nuke launcher and kill you with that? Ooh, I never thought about that. But what if the goblin-sized spider was like Yamame and she was, like, really hot? You want to fight a spider-sized spider or a goblin-sized goblin? Yo, what's goblin? You goblin these nuts. Sized spider might have 8 sword. What do you mean 8 sword? It's also huge for a spider. Sure, but like huge for a spider is still like smaller than my foot. You're just gonna, like, crush it. 8 swords. Ooh, true, if it's wielding 8 swords. No. The goblin's not gonna be wielding 8 swords, because the spider-sized goblin might be wielding 8 swords. But no, then spider wouldn't have swords. So it wouldn't be doing that. It's an Australian spider. If it's an Australian spider, then you definitely want to pick the spider-sized goblin. The goblin-sized spider, like 4 foot now. Yeah, I would say probably like 4 foot to 4 foot 5 feet. Somewhere in that range is a good bet. Probably closer to like 4 feet, but depends on like which goblin, you know, mythologically or fantasy you're looking at. We're talking like your traditional fantasy goblin. We're talking like deep, like no, not demon. We're talking like Goblin Slayer goblin, RuneScape goblins. Yeah, those guys are probably like 4 feet, 4.5. With access to magic, goblins don't use magic really. Like the average goblin is too dumb to learn magic. You wouldn't want to fight a normal-sized Australian spider. That's another good point. Also, my friend would say that the goblin-sized spider is a bad pick. Is also the guy who's like deathly afraid of spiders. Anyway, you don't know, it might be a goblin shaman. Yeah, but what's it gonna do? Cast enlarge spell and increase it from 0.3 centimeters to 0.6, and you still crush it with your foot? But an elephant-sized chicken or a chicken-sized elephant? Anyone who says the elephant-sized chicken is just needs to go back to school. Okay, that's enough of that.